And you are the winner, and your prize is death. Hello everybody, my name is buzzycombs, and welcome to another episode on the Lotus SMP. Last episode, I built myself this marvelous torch tower, as I officially named it, the light of your life, where basically I have a nearly infinite supply of torches dispensing completely for free for the players on the server. And for this episode, I'm going to be starting off today by adding a little bit of texturing to this, extending this little path thing a little bit more, and then I'm going to do some terraforming. So without further ado, I guess we're going to jump straight into a time-lapse or a montage. We'll see how that goes, and then I'll be back with you all in just a little bit. Okay, so one thing I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I keep forgetting to do, is actually make myself a hoe, because they are so handy to have, especially because I use moss so much, and it's just, it's going to save me quite a bit of time. So here I have a hoe, and I'm going to go on ahead and enchant it accordingly. Yes, first try. I got efficiency 4, 5. Yeah, whatever that is. Now I just need to make one more and hope I get an equally as good enchantment so I can merge it and get myself the perfect hoe. Because who doesn't like hoes? Yes! And it has fortune. Not going to complain about that. I have really no use for it, but that's cool. Now, I gotta get myself a mending book. Mending! Yes! And there we go. I have my marvelous diamond hoe, which maybe will be upgraded to netherite one day. We'll see. But I'm very, very glad to have this, and I'm ready to go on ahead and proceed with my time-lapse. Woo! So I have finished my terraforming for the time being. I did not go crazy and add a lot of detailing like I normally do because I did not just do this right here. Instead, I decided to connect every bit of greenery in my entire area all together because why not? Another little thing I did is I actually finished some terraforming over here. I tried to do something a little bit different from the rest of my area because I want this spot to be a bit more stony. So I transformed this into a lovely little spike. And up here, I made a nice smooth surface out of various stones because seeing how it's at the base of a little hill, I'd imagine that when it does rain, even though the rain will be very infrequent and not happen all too often, I feel like it would be enough for the runoff to completely wash this clean of sand and moss and just leave it as a bare surface. Of course, considering there is runoff and a little hill right here, I added a little sprinkle of sand here and there just so it feels a little bit more like it's actually got some spillover. And then for my favorite part, I have the little entrance into my bee cave a bit more difficult to squeeze through. That way it feels like it's really hidden away and isn't actually going to be too easy to find. And on top of that, I did fill in the river that was over here. I added some cacti and some dead bushes around just so it feels like it's actually natural and there was actually nothing here, when in reality, the river actually stretched all across this little bed of sand and into this over here. And you can actually see down here the abyss that I have covered up. Now, you might be wondering, why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing this because this is meant to be a very dry desert that is being revitalized by a little oasis. I've already started the process of this river as well. I have my supply of cobblestone right here to continue the work, and I have filled it in from here all the way back to here, which is pretty far away, and I'm planning on extending it at least a little ways past the village over here, and I'm also going to be doing the same over here. I really want this to feel like a pure desert, because otherwise I'm not going to get across the same vibe I'm going for. But that is enough with covering the terraforming for now. At some point, I will spread the foliage further along and get this all nice and pretty looking, as well as do some sort of gradient out into the desert to make it feel like everything is dying off, but I'm not sure how far this moss is going to spread, and I'm also not sure how I'm going to do that just yet. Instead, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to finally get the little tree in the middle of the shopping district like I said I'm going to do. And for that, I need to figure out what I'm going to do for this little central area. What I was thinking of doing is having a nice little garden kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is find the center point of this. So there's 10 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these two right here, these are the center blocks. Now to find the center over here, which I'm going to assume that the center is where the entrance is. Although granted, I didn't actually do any measuring, and from looking here, it actually is not the center because it goes a lot further to the left than it does to the right. So that is very wrong. So right here, I'm going to fill it all in until it feels like it's centered, and then I'll see where to go from there. So I think this right here is a satisfactory shape. Now I just have to figure out how I want to border it. I could either go with some fences, maybe some walls, or I could do something a bit different and just have labs around it. Honestly though, I'm not entirely sure about what path I should take, so I'm just going to fiddle around a little bit and see how I feel about that. Does anybody else find it funny that I have hundreds of free torches, but I can't even be bothered to light up my own area? No? Maybe? Yeah, so I'm good. Oh god, there's phantoms. I'm going to grab 2 stacks of torches. And start lighting this up just so I don't have any hostile mobs destroying my lovely little area, because that would really, suck. Oh my gosh, and you guys suck too. Please die, little rascals. Oh my gosh, there's an invasion. No. Oh, please just die, die, and die. Ooh, enchanted chainmail. I want that. An iron nugget. Ooh. Back off. Just one moment, please. Let me yoink this chainmail, please. I really like chainmail. I don't know why, but it's my favorite armor, and so I must collect it. And you... Ooh! More chainmail. Another iron... Wait, no, he picked that up. Okay, never mind. I already have a legging, but I can use that to repair it. And then this is all just chunk. Okay, so I'm gonna light this up. Got a bunch of torches. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. I almost died to skeletons. And now they will duel it out. They'll duke it to the death. And you are the winner. And your prize is death. Alright, so this is lit up to a satisfying degree. I'm not too worried about creepers spawning on top of my moss anymore. Maybe I should be a little bit concerned. And I apparently didn't need all of these torches, but I actually don't have the inventory space to tuck it away. So I'm going to go upstairs, sleep in my bed, and tuck these torches away because I don't need them right now. And now I am back to figuring this out. I'm honestly not exactly sure how I want it to look, but I think I'm just going to go with something... no, that's... Ooh, but that is not bad. I think I'm gonna try to go with something a little bit like this. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like it could be so much better, but I don't have the mental capacity right now to actually figure out something that looks good. So I do think I'm going to go through with this and get this finished looking as it is. And it's done! Honestly, even though I was having a really hard time figuring out how I wanted to do it, I think that it actually turned out pretty nice. I wanted to add like a little river kind of thing circling around it. And on top of that, I managed to bring this little jungle log all around and have little pillars for this, as well as a cute little entrance into the little garden area. Now, however, I actually need to build the tree. And instead of doing an azalea tree, I think I'm going to do a cherry tree, because we are missing the touch of pink around here that we have everywhere else, and I just need an excuse to build more cherry trees. So, without further ado, I'm going to go on ahead and start building this little guy. Here is the finished tree. I really love how this turned out. I feel like it fixed the area very nicely, and it really brings in a little touch of nature that we are really missing over here. Unfortunately though, we are about to dive into another time lapse because we are finally doing the last step of today's episode. And that step is to start filling in some of this river. Now, I'm only going to spend 1 hour on this because it is already 2 a.m. right now, and I'd like to sleep tonight. So, without further ado, we are going to jump straight into a time lapse and see just how much we can get filled in. We are done for the time being. So I have managed to fill in this riverbed up until this point. It's not a lot of progress because I still have so much more to do, but I am happy with the progress I've made. Anyways, though, that is all for today's episode on the Lotus SMP. Next episode, I would like to start building my oasis, and originally I wanted to place it somewhere over here, but I realized that that is not centralized and I have to make so much more terraformed in order to make it feel natural. So instead, I think I might actually place it where I was going to put my storage unit, because I definitely do not have enough time left in the season to work on more than one big project, because May is the last month of season 2, and unfortunately I am not going to be having a Lotus video next weekend either because I am working on exams. So if my estimates are correct, I only have 2 or 3 more episodes left of the season. Anyways, though, if you guys did enjoy this episode on the Lotus SMP, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, comment your feedback, let me know what your favorite moment of today was, and I guess I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!